Let's design our screw retainer tooth. Once you scan your upper, your lower gingiva marker and everything is aligned, we can start the wizard. And we can follow it step by step. The first things that is gonna ask you is to load our tie base. So in this case is a Straumann Vario base regular crossfit. So Straumann titanium base is a RC, and here you can choose the height. Straumann has two heights, 3.5 by 5.5. In this case, I'm gonna choose the 5.5 height. As you can see here, I have a scan body with inside my tie base, and I have a dot. So what I gotta do, I have to click right here on this spot to have a matching of my scan body. And once I do that, I just click best fit matching. To ensure that the matching is just okay, by clicking control and again best fit matching, we can see that the scan body becomes blue, green and blue light. And by following this line means that our scan matching is just fine. So we can go ahead with our next step. In this step, CAD is asking us to define the emerge profile. So if you click 4 times on your prep gingiva, CAD will generate a line, okay? Which if you click on correct draw, you can always modify as you want by clicking on this little bubble. So once you're happy with your merge profile, just click next. CAD right now is asking us if we want to copy a tooth, if we want a mirror, or if we click next, we'll import a tooth library. Here we are. We have the generic library, but we want to change it, and we want to take one of the library that I gave you. Areus. Here we are, and this is our library. So by clicking Control Shift, again you can stretch the tooth in any direction that you want. By clicking Control, you can rotate. If you click the left mouse of the left button of the mouse and you go up and down, you can change the position. Once you're happy with your tooth placement, just click next. So in this step, I can generate an about button. So if I click Control and I click on this little point, I have the freedom to move manually my dots. So I can change the position of my emerge profile. And I can change as well the top angle and the bottom angle. And as you can see, my emerge profile is just changing. I like to keep it by following the shape of my gingiva. So something like this. And if you go in advance, we can change the height as well of that little step. I always like to keep it at 0, and don't worry, in this step we can in this new version we can adapt the emerge profile correctly to our gingiva, but we can do that out of the wizard, and I will explain you later. So here we just click next, and our tooth is gonna just adapt over our emerge profile. So in this step we will freeform our tooth, and we will customize as we want. Once your tooth is modified, you can just click next. You can adapt to the occlusional, approximal, mesial and distal. You just click next. Here is where we'll do the shrinking. So I'm gonna do a facial cutback. So by clicking exclude selected part, mark all. I click shift. Now I'm gonna select just the area that I wanna do the cut back. So it's gonna be right this area. Okay, I just do a 0.8 cut back and then I click apply. Okay, this is my cutback. Here in this option, in this version, we have a multi-level cutback, reshrink, reduce shape. So if you want to reshrink this crown in a different area or in the same area, you can use this option. Advanced parameters, we want to maintain the minimum thickness for the at 0.6 because this is a zirconia crown over a vario base Straumann ball level implant. So we can just go next. And here we will do our final touch. We are gonna smooth again by clicking shift and control. We smooth. If I click just shift, I'm removing, and if I click nothing, just the left button of the mouse, the brush is green, so I'm adding. Okay, keep in mind. So here I can go up. I explain all of this stuff in the previous videos where I'm making anatomic crown, so you can just go there and check it out. Okay, so once you're done with your cutback, yes, you can go ahead. Here we define our screw hole design. Okay, thickness is right here. I keep at 0.4 always, so we don't wanna we wanna make it pretty thick. And what I do by clicking control on this part and I go up, I make it a little bit longer. And this is my crown over a tie base. If I want to modify my merge crown at the end of the project, I can just click expert, and right now I am in the expert mode. So if I click the right button of the mouse, I go into my main menu, right, where I have different options. And one of them that I want to show you is right here, freeform emerge profile. Okay, so this is an option that we have in this new version, Valletta 2.2 ExoCAD, and it's allowed us to add material in our emerge profile, and then we can adapt it to our gingiva. So offset we keep on 0 and cut emerge on scan, and right now it's gonna adapt exactly like is our prep gingiva. So it's pretty cool. Once you do that, you can click OK, and again we regenerate the merge by clicking merge and save restoration, and our crown it's ready to mill again. Guys, another things, remember always at the end of the project, ExoCAD does automatically once you are at the end of the wizard, but just to make sure you gotta save the scene. So save scene as, you go in the right folder of your patient, you type whatever you want, and then you just save. So let's design our screw retained manual position crown. Once you scan your upper, lower, gingiva and the temporary abutment and everything is aligned, again we can click on the wizard, and the first things that ExoCAD is gonna ask is to select the margin. Okay, so once we do that, again we can correct by clicking correct draw. We can change this dot and make it better. Next, here we have to select our screw channel, right? So the most of the time I select it, I change the orientation, set to view direction. So I put my temporary abutment right straight, and then I click set to view direction. So right now my screw channel is right oriented where there is my temporary abutment. And you know, you gotta measure always the size of your screws and make it 0.2 bigger than that. So in this case my screw is 2.1, you know, and I'm gonna make the hole 2.5 millimeters or 2.3, it's enough. And now I'm gonna grab my screw channel right here and I can change it. Okay, once the screw channel is right in the middle of the temporary abutment, I can go ahead and click next. And right here I have to change the parameter. So considering that you spray on this temporary abutment, I will use a gap of 0.035. From margin I always do 0.04. Additional space, nothing. You want to use nothing. Border 0.2, angle 0, angle 0. And again guys, this is up to you. You know, you can make the parameter that you prefer. If you want a tighter, if you want a loose crown, it's up to you. 0.1, 1.05, it's okay. So another thing is, with the temporary abutment, before we go to the next step, we're gonna set insert direction, which we don't have this option into the width. So we want to make sure the direction of our temporary abutment is right straight. Okay, set current view has insertion X, and then we click OK. So next, again, like in the previous project, we gotta select 4 points, and Exocad is gonna generate our emerge profile. We can correct, and then we can go next. We don't want to copy, we don't want to mirror. Okay. I'm gonna change the library. I'm gonna change the Aorus. Here we are. Change the position right here. Okay. Next. We can change this. And of course the once you modify your tooth, you can just click next. You select occlusion, CAD, approximal CAD, so we don't have any contact, and here again you can just reduce your crown as you want. In this case I'm gonna do a full shrinking of 0.8, apply. Next, and this is our crown. So again, I can smooth. Okay, one. You gotta check, of course, with your antagonist if everything is okay, and then once you do that, you just click next. You select your screw hole design. We say 0.4, sorry. Next. And our crown is ready. Now that I'm at the end of the project and I just realized that I want to modify something else, I can always go in expert mode. I click the right button of the mouse and here I have my menu. So if I delete construction part and I click OK, here now I will have the possibility to modify my crown again. So as you can see, I have all of the options available. One of the options that I want to show you is this one, which is new in this version, the fine screw channel. In the previous version, we couldn't modify the screw channel of the temporary abutment once was made. Right now, at the end of the project, we have the possibility to change it again, to change the orientation and to tilt it whatever you want. And we just click OK, and CAD is going to regenerate a new screw channel. Another one is the freeform emerge profile that we just spoke a few minutes ago. We can add, and then we can just adapt to our prep gingiva. And another one, if I click on the tooth, I have correct margin line. So this is again another option that we have in this new version, and you can modify at the end of the project. You can modify the margin for the temporary abutment as well. In the previous version, you can do that, so it's pretty good. We have this freedom. So once you modify your crown and it's ready to mill, just merge and save restoration. And guys, please always remember to save the sheen. So save sheen as, go that you are in the right folder and just save your sheen.